Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Duran's TV here. So today we're going to talk about the recent tournament that we just held over the weekend, and we had about 156 players, I believe, playing the tournament. So I'm going to talk about the meta for Pokemon VGC 2023 and Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet. So I'm going to go over what I think are the top strategies kind of moving forward and what you'll probably see a lot of in upcoming tournaments and meta weeklies and things of that nature. Online tournaments. There's gonna be a regional this weekend in San Diego. You're gonna see a lot of this stuff. So as you're making your team, there are definitely some things that you need to tech enable, just to be able to handle some cores. Okay. So dot one Q is our winner. So if we look here, this was dot one Q's team. Um, Very interesting team. I'm gonna actually spend some time starting off the video talking about dot one Q's team. He performed very well. He went 30. He went 11-1 in overall in his sets. He only lost one set. That was during Swiss, and then he had an amazing run during Top Cut. So if you look here, he's got Torkoal, Terra Fire, Eruption, Heat Wave, Earth Power, and Protect. Um, then Mousehold, Wide Lens, Pop Bomb, Follow Me, Encore, Armor Rouge. Leftovers Armor Rouge with Grass Terra, Expanding Heat Wave, Calm Mind. Oh my goodness. So I saw a tweet from Dot One Q and Judy, and they were talking about how he felt about Calm Mind. And he basically would use Calm Mind under Trick Room when he felt like the op was going to switch out and Trick Room to kind of reposition, and then he'd punish them with a Calm Mind, and then he has Expanding Force Heat Wave the following turn. So that's really strong. King Gambit. So I ran Assault Vest King Gambit, and I felt like Assault Vest King Gambit wasn't optimal. It looks like Life Orb or Black Glasses is the optimal way to play King Gambit as of right now. Defiant, obviously, Terra Dark to get that strong sucker punch in. And then we have Dragonite, Choice Band, Inner Focus, Normal, Terra, E Speed, Spam. I could see Brick Break doing well. I think I really like Brick Break this because a lot of people now are running screens. You can break through the screens. And people aren't just running screens on Grim, they're running screens on everything. Like I saw a Rotom with screens, so you can break through those screens too. Also, it's good for that Tyranitar, like in Rock Duo. And you can just brick break them. So I like that a lot. Fire Punch for the Terra Steel types, and then Dragon Claw. I like that too. Then we have this is kind of standard for like Choice Scarf Annihilate, which is like Claw, Close Gambit, Final Close Combat, Close Gambit, Final Gambit, U-Turn. So yeah, just to kind of one shot or get rid of a pesky mon, you can just Final Gambit it, get rid of it. It's out. So this was the winning team. The runner-up was Chung Jun. He went 10-2. This team is just really, really interesting. Um, I like it a lot. This team is very good. Volcarona, Animalgus, Halifin, um, Tauros, Aqua Breed, and then Baxcalibur. I think the optimal way to run Baxcalibur is actually Life Orb. Life Orb Ice Shard just does so much damage into everything. It's honestly kind of nutty when you see how much damage it just does, and it's just a base 40 move, and it's priority, so it's really good at picking things off, especially like flying types that want to set up Tailwind. Like this team right here does not care about Tailwind at all. Um, why is that? You have Aqua Jet, Jet Punch, and Ice Shard. These are all priority moves that don't care about Tailwind. So I like this a lot. I really like the Struggle Buck deck on Volcarona. So this way, this is pretty much the answer to Indeedee Armor Rouge. So you can get that special attack drop. This way that the Expanding Force isn't doing as much damage the subsequent turn. So I like this a lot. Okay. So Chung Jun was number 2. And then our third team, so if you look here, Baxcalibur was second place and it was third place. And Volcarona both. So it seems to me that Volcarona is standard with Baxcalibur, both on both teams. Volcarona is kind of standard. Mimikyu. So I love that there's Mimikyu on this team. I mean, you have Life Orb Mimikyu. I don't know if I like Life Orb Mimikyu, but I would. I don't know. I don't know. I've never tried it, but I love Curse. So if you don't know what the Curse does, if you are a Ghost type, it actually makes your target Pokemon lose health every turn as you cut your health in half. But because Mimikyu has Disguise, even if you cut your health in half, someone hits you, they have to knock out the Disguise first before they can really start doing damage. So that's really good for Mimikyu. And this is a nice way to check Dondozo, because Dondozo can't switch out after Tatsugiri activates Commander Curse. This way, it just kind of negates the leftovers and does more damage. Assault Vest, King Gambit. I kind of ran a similar set. I'm not too thrilled with Assault Vest King Gambit. I felt like it was lackluster at times, but came in third, really nice. Meowscarada. Meowscarada is just a phenomenal Pokemon. I love Focus Sash Overgrow. I honestly think Focus Sash Overgrow is better than Protein. So I like it a lot. And then you get that extra damage because it's Overgrow. Rotom Wash, pretty standard. Citrus Berry, Terra Electric, Thunderbolt, Pump, Wisp, Protect. Oh, look at this. Rocky Helmet Volcarona. This has got to be for the mouse. This has got to be for the mouse. Like Rocky Helmet, Rage Powder, Struggle Bug, Overheat. I like this a lot. I'm becoming more of a fan of Fiery Dance over Overheat, just because I don't want the special attack drop the following turn, and I can potentially get a boost. So I do like Fiery Dance over Overheat, and also the chances of missing. We all know this in VGC. If it's not 100% accurate, it's 50%. We all know that. Loaded Dice, Icicle Spear. This is nice. Dragon Dance, Terra Ground. I like this a lot. I just don't know why they ran Terra Ground over Earthquake. I guess, I mean, they have Rotom, so they could if you really think about it, they could Earthquake instead. So I think Earthquake would be better than Terra Blast, but that's just me. This team is just I had the chance of actually playing against Evnie's team before the tournament started, so I got some practice rounds in with this team, and I think we both won a set, meaning Evnie won a best of 3 and I won a best of 3. We kind of split, but this team is very, very strong. Very strong. I love this tech on the team. I think the original team had Lilligant. Very strong performance by Ev. Great job. T-Tar AV. I actually like T-Tar AV more so than other T-Tar sets, so I like this a lot. Terra Flying is very good. Orangaroo Hariyama is just a very strong lead. You need to have an answer for this going forward, because this is kind of meta Trick Room setup. And Evnie got the top cutted, got in the top 4 in both of my meta weeklies 2 weeks in a row using Orangaroo Hariyama. So you do need an answer for this, because Torkoal into Trick Room just does so much damage. All right, and we got Lycanroc, Tyranitar, Dondozo, Tatsugiri. Dondozo, Tatsugiri, 5th place here. You need to have an answer for these two, because it's just very overwhelming if you don't. If you don't have like a strong Dondozo Tatsugiri answer, it can really get snowballed where there's just no coming back from it. Dondozo, even if Dondozo gets 2 KOs versus him getting KO'd himself, like, you just traded a 2 for 1. They still have Tatsugiri, who's most likely going to be Choice Scarf. Let's check, but most likely Choice Scarf. And yep, Choice Scarf. And taking a Choice Scarf Draco Meteor is just not fun, or they get speed control because of Icy Wind, and it gets very overwhelming. Order Up, Earthquake, Fissure. Fissure's for the mirror match. I liked Fissure in practice, but in the tournament I went like 4 for like 20 on Fissures. So I don't know about how reliable it can be in best of 3, but 9-1 run. I think that Tin Exo Libre ended up fighting Chung Jun, and he just had a hard time with Chung Jun's team. But yeah, great run. Dundozo Tatsugiri again, back to back. Very similar, except instead of Lycan Rock Tyranitar, you have Indeedee Armor. So you can splash these cores with Dundozo Tatsugiri, and then you have a meta team. Okay, you need to have an answer. Like it's so tough to play against this team because you literally need a Dundozo Tatsugiri answer, and then you also need an Indeedee Armorage answer, and it can be very, very overwhelming. And then you have this thing that gets Revival Blessing, so it can revive a Pokemon. It's always Focus Ash. It has a very good speed stat. It's actually base 105, so it's pretty fast. Like if it's gonna outspeed base 100s easy, so you need to have a speedy boy to really stop this thing from getting off a Revival Blessing. Otherwise, you could have this coming back, you could have this coming back, and it can be really, really annoying. So yeah, you definitely need an answer for Indeedee Armrouge. And if Indeedee Armrouge is with then those with Tatsugiri, it's just brutal. Blood VGC 8-2. Garchomp, Talonflame, Goldango, Hydreigon. I like this a lot. I'm kind of getting tired of Goldango, but it's really good Pokemon, very strong. Let's check the set out. I think Covert Cloak is standard for Talonflame now, so it just always gets Tailwind up. Life Orb Garchomp with Swords Dance. Oh my goodness, that's pretty nice. Oh, this guy was feeling dangerous. Look at this. Swords Dance Garchomp, Focus Energy Hydreigon. Oh my goodness. Nasty Plot Goldango. Bro, talk about setup for days. Rocky Helmet and Assault Vest, huge power on Azu. I think this is like standard for Azu right now. Very standard. I top cutted a tournament using AV Azu. It's so good. I think Amoonguss has to be this. Has to be. This is the optimal way to play Amoonguss. I think right now because you're just gonna if there's a lightning if there's an electric type out, you just leave it. It resists. If it's a flying type, you can just Terra Water or swap into Goldango. It takes that better. So there's a lot of things you could do. This is a really strong team. A lot of setup though. A lot of setup here. It can be very dangerous if this person gets set up. It can snowball the game pretty fast. So there's some cool teams here. I like the Salazzle, Mungus, King Gambit, Bax, Mimikyu, Tauros. This is something. We got Double Ghost, Double Dark. I got Glamora. Wow, let's check this out. Glamora is Choice Scarf, Terra Ground, Life Orb Hydreigon, Terra Fire with Heat Wave. That's nice. Ceruledge, Clear Amulet, Swords Dance, Blast, Blade, Sneak, Ice to Wind, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, and Taunt, Sash. AV Dragonite. Really, I think AV Dragonite won a tournament recently also, or top cutted and did pretty well. So AV Dragonite is very strong as well. Oh, what is this? So a lot of the stuff that we saw up here is kind of standard, maybe except Sableye. Everything else you'll see pretty often. You're not gonna see Titan, the Giraffe, Pelipper, Houndstone, Gambit, and Dreadnought on the same team too often. So I'm gonna click on this. This is interesting. Life Orb Titan, Terra type Water, Sheer Force. Ooh, okay, nice. AV Houndstone. Okay, Terra Fairy. Giraffe, Nasty Plot, Hyper Voice, Gleam, Trick Room. Okay. Gambit. I guess it's sweep with Gambit. Okay, Trick Room. Wow. This is cool. Okay, Rocky Helmet there. Choice Band Dreadnought. Whoa. And this is Speedy Boy in the Rain. Oh wow. This could be kind of this could be kind of wild. I think Terra makes ice types that have good abilities viable in the meta. So if they have a good ability like Swift Swim or Sheer Force, you can just put water typing on it in the rain. Even if it's in the rain and you keep the ice typing, the rain will actually minimize the fire damage, so I think that's good. You just got to really watch out for steel types like King Gambit, like opposing King Gambits probably, or fighting types like Hariyama. But Pelipper kind of checks Hariyama, so that's good. Dragonair Jordan. So I watched Dragonair Jordan's games live when he was streaming, and they were phenomenal. This team is very, very unique. I would say this team is very off meta with Gallade, Sharpness. Does lots of damage. There's so much damage. Will-O-Wisp, I like the tech of Will-O-Wisp. And you could reverse Trick Room, set up Trick Room. I like it a lot. Light Play, Grim. We got Foul Play. This is probably his Dondozo check. We got Bulk Up, Corviknight with Goggles, Roost, Tailwind. Choice Specs, Rotom, Trick, Protect, Rage Powder, Spicy Extract, Flamethrower. So I saw this Spicy Extract live when he was playing it, and it is freaking interesting the kind of plays you can make with this thing. So I don't know if that's optimal, but it could be, as the word says, spicy. So definitely keep that in mind. I like Scovillain as a mon. I do think that Moody is an interesting ability, but I think it actually is better with Chlorophyll, and that's the better ability. And I've used that up here, so I think Chlorophyll is the better ability because it just boosts your speed in the sun and makes Sun teams kind of viable. Cat Measles, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Palmont, Flame, Goldango. Okay. Dragapult. Kobe brought Dragapult. I love that. I got Mamba Mentality in the back. We got Kobe. Choice Band Dragapult. I like this a lot. AV, Citrus, Life Orb, Armarouge, Terra Dark, Wide Guard, Trick Room, Armor Cannon K, standard. This is standard. I think this is kind of standard too. So this is a pretty meta team, I would say, for the most part. Just missing Indeedee, and it's basically your Indeedee Armarouge. Just, instead of Indeedee, you have Amoonguss. So you probably would want Indeedee instead. With Armarouge, it's just better. Let's see here. Spore VGC's got nice little rain team going here. I like this a lot. It's a nice core. Katari. This is like the most standard team you could bring. This team is like floating around very early meta and won some tournaments. So you'll see this a lot on ladder. So cores that you really need to watch out for going into a tournament right now. Definitely you need something for this. Murkrow, Goldango, Hydra, and Garchomp. Definitely need something for that. T-Tar, Lycanroc, Dondozo, Tatsugiri. This is kind of like standard now. So you definitely need this. You need a counter for this, like ASAP. Ike won the last tournament with the same 6, I believe, or very similar 5 to 6. So this is pretty strong. Gardevoir is just an off meta pick. The rest of all meta Pokemon you will see often. Alchemist. Oh, interesting. Murkrow. I like the Arcanine Dragonite pick. Actually, I think this team won a tournament recently, if I'm not mistaken, or a similar bunch won a different tournament recently. Umbreon. Ooh, there's an Umbreon here. Let's check this out. I haven't seen too much of Umbreon. We have Lefties, Moonlight, Snarl, Foul Play, Helping Hand. I like that. Fake Out, Encore, Acid Spray, Overheat. Nice. Oh, I guess this is the Dondozo check, right? Because then this kind of cleans it up. Nice. This is also Dondozo check. Pretty good. Like that. I'm not sure how I feel about special Salamence and Intimidate. Honestly, I think Moxie is actually better in this meta, just because you don't really need Intimidate that much. No one really using Intimidate. I guess Tauros is using Intimidate, but that's probably it. And plus, since there's so many Kingambits, you really don't want to activate Defiant. So we got Kingambit here. Jake the DM, another Lycanroc, T-Tar, Tatsugiri, Dondozo, Lycanroc, T-Tar. This is interesting. Goodra. We have Goodra here. Agua Berry, Acid Armor, Body Press, Draco. They went 4-3. This is interesting. It's not bad. This isn't bad for Swiss. Oh, they actually might have top cut it. They top cut it with this because they went 4-2 probably, and then lost in top cut. So they top this team. This team right here top cutted. We have Gastro. Wow, this team has only 2 Pokemon with Protect. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I am very fond of putting Protect on Pokemon, especially in a meta with like, especially in best of 3, like open sheet. You need more than 2 Protects. I would say 3 minimum. Choice Specs Armarouge. Wow. But the only thing is though, there's no redirection. That's probably what this team is lacking, is redirection. All right, well, Fake Out, Reflect, Light Scream, Spirit Break, Goggles, Defiant, Terra normal. I think Terra Fire is better. Gastro is Terra Fire. Interesting. Muddy Water, Earth Power, Ice Beam, Clear Smog. That's the Dozo check. Okay. Let's see here. Cerulege and Garganical top cutting. Okay. Let's see. Another Lycanroc Tatsugiri, Dondozo. Another Lycanroc Cheetar. Houndoom? This top cutted? This top cutted. Houndoom top cutted. Safety Goggles, Flash Fire. So it has, so Flash Fire creates an immunity to fire type moves. So the idea is to save King Gambit, swap it in on a fire move, and let Houndoom kind of take that attack there. Then you have the Raptor, Choice Scarf. Pretty nice. Nice. I like this. Is very off meta. Terra Dark on the Amoonguss. Nice. So it can't be taunt. This right here, the reason for this is to avoid taunts from like Murkrow, Grim. Very clever. I like that a lot. I still think Terra Water is better. But if you're fearful of getting taunted on Amoonguss, then yeah. Throw Terra Dark on it. Let's see here. This is kind of standard. So these are all the top cut teams right here. Bax, Salazzle. This is nice too. I like this a lot. Swords Dance, Glaive Rush, Ice Shard. I think this team actually won a tournament, and they in Winter Night got it from another tournament, or got the same 6 maybe. I don't know, but this is nice. This is a nice team right here. I would say this team right here is pretty standard for a Bax Caliber team. I'm really liking the Bax Caliber teams. I think this is the most versatile of the cores, because Bax Caliber teams kind of counter the meta. So this is like the best meta counter to like Dondozo, Tatsugiri, the Indeedee Armarouge. I think this team needs a Indeedee Armarouge. I guess Hydra is the Indeedee Armarouge counter, but if Indeedee has Dazzling Gleam, it's brutal. And then if it goes Steel, then Armor Cannon does lots of damage. So there's a lot of things that could, kind of check that. So gotta be careful. Get out the right positioning for it. But yeah, so these were the teams. That's what I think about the meta right now. I would say my favorite core right now for the meta is something like this or this. These 2 right here are probably my favorite ones. This is a very unique pick right here. It has a lot of meta Pokemon in it. So the idea is to kind of counter the other meta Pokemon. I like the Calm Mind adaptation to Armarouge. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so this is what I think of the meta. I like the off meta Oranguru, like the Trick Room team in top 4. It's pretty cool. Actually, Trick Room team kind of won here, right? Does this have Trick Room? Yeah, this Trick Room. Okay, so yeah, Trick Room team. So that's what I think of the meta right now. I would say if you're building, a team for upcoming tournaments, my meta weekly, on our Discord, I would kind of gear towards game planning, how to kind of check things like you need to have a Trick Room answer, you need to have a Dondozo Tatsugiri answer, and you need an Indeedee Armorer's answer. I would say that Tailwind is kind of like not as big. If you look at this top 10 right here, I don't see a single Murkrow in this top 10. I know Murkrow was dominating the meta earlier, but there's not a single Murkrow in the top 10. Murkrow made it to top 11, but no Murkrow in the top 10. So I would say Tailwind is, I don't want to say a thing of the past, but definitely not needed. I guess if you want to count Talonflame here, because Talonflame has Tailwind. But Talonflame also gets priority Brave Bird on the first turn if it's not hit. So like, they might not Tailwind at all with it. That's kind of the idea. There's a lot of setup. This is a team with lots of setup. So like, Murkrow, look at this. There's no Murkrow. Okay, there's 2 in the top 20, 3 in the top 20. It kind of falls off. But in the top 10, no Murkrow. So that's a kind of interesting development there since Murkrow was very big early on. So I would say, going into regionals this weekend, teams that I want to kind of look out for myself personally is how to check Dondozo, Tatsugiri, have a strong counter for that, and have a strong counter for Indeedee Armorers. And Armorers won this tournament, so those are the things that I'm looking out for. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And please join our Discord. We're going to be hosting weekly and monthly VGC Meta Weekly tournaments. There'll be money, so people can earn money, by competing. Top 4 win prizes. And these top 4 were able to win some cash prizes, $100 total in prizes, 45 to the winner. So thank you for, watching the video. Hope this helps in game planning moving forward in the meta. And yeah, I'm interested to see how more develops. All right. See you guys next time.